Right now at 10, the governor continues his tour of Head Start programs days before he unveils his new budget.
And a dangerous scam targeting the elderly. How to watch out for the scheme responsible for over $200,000 in losses.
Plus, the Veteran Museum's Not Invisible campaign looks to increase awareness about women veterans.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. The snow has stopped in La Crosse, but now it's time to get set for a definite dip in degrees.
Let's bring in First Warn meteorologist Greg Barnhart for a look at what to expect. Greg.
Yeah, we definitely have the snow continuing a little bit here and there throughout probably the next 3 or 4 hours at the most. But then really attention turns to the cold morning that we're going to have, and probably cold Thursday, followed by more snow coming Friday. Right now, if we look at, let's go back there. There's your wind chills going on. We're going to start seeing clearing skies, temperatures falling. So you'll wake up to wind chills potentially as low as 25 below in some areas. Most other areas will probably be 15 to 20 below. That'll go through the morning commute. We'll see some improvement, but still it'll be sub-zero wind chills throughout the rest of the day. But looking at 8 a.m., we still got some areas 20 to 25 below. So it will be cold. That'll be the big story going on. Overnight lows will get sub-zero well for most areas as we do clear out a little bit. Maybe some teens below zero or single digits just barely above zero further south where the clouds will linger. Otherwise, there's your current conditions. You see roads are okay for the most part, but still we got a light middle snow going on. Visibility has really not come down too much to below 2 miles. Most of it is staying 3 to 4. Those blue and red, that's actually road conditions. Unfortunately, states differ on that, so that's why they look a little bit different in color, but they do mean you have snow-covered stretches pretty much going on, and it does improve as you go further west. So later on, we'll kind of break down that cold, but then we got Friday snow, and that even looks more impactful for certain areas that could extend early into Saturday, and then the snow is going to stick around based all the way through next week at least.
All right, so today was just a precursor.
Yeah, we're keeping it adding little by little by little.
All right, thank you, Craig.
Now let's have a look at what conditions are like in Prairie du Chien.
Areas south of La Crosse definitely saw plenty of snow on the evening. Grace Monk has the latest.
Areas south of I-90 have seen a lot of snow, but that's especially true here in Prairie du Chien. Prairie du Chien has seen several inches of snow today. Roads are completely covered and schools were closed. Winter last year was dry and warm.
I was wondering, where is the snow at? Because it was kind of like the snow, it was in winter, so we were expecting a lot of snow. Not really a lot of snow.
Middle school student Caden DeYoung was excited to see the snow. He says the only downside is the temperature.
It is very cold. I'm talking very cold. Because not too long ago, I just went out with a coat to see, check the mail. And I came back, grabbed a blanket, I covered up in my bed, and that was really, really, really cold.
Snowfall will end around midnight, but freezing temperatures will stick around. Sub-zero wind chills are expected tomorrow morning. Road conditions are hazardous. If you plan on driving tonight, you'll want to slow down and take your time. In Prairie du Chien, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
I think Caden's my new favorite person.
Isn't he great? Really, really cold.
Thank you, Grace.
And don't forget, you can track weather on your block with the First Warn weather app. You can find it at the App Store or on Google Play.
A La Crosse man is facing 5 charges of child pornography possession. 21-year-old Jacob Sanderson is accused after a tip flagged child sexual abuse material on the social media platform Discord. Authorities arrested Sanderson at his workplace and later executed a search warrant at his apartment. Police seized several items, including hard drives, a laptop, and a cell phone, which are now being used as evidence. His next court appearance is February 24th.
Monroe County is seeing a surge in the grandparent scam. According to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, scammers pose as family members in distress who are asking for money. Most often, the scammers are claiming they need money for bail or medical emergencies. In the last few days, the scam has led to losses of over $200,000.
Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers continues to visit Head Start programs, and he made a stop in La Crosse today. Evers will unveil his new budget next week, and a big part of it is targeting working families and the cost of child care. His visit comes as some agencies in the state still can't access federal funds. We asked Evers if the recent moves by the White House could affect his state budget.
Our budget is almost done, and we're still not sure what's going to happen at the federal level. So we'll do our budget the way we always have, And, you know, at the end of the day, it's going to be hopefully a bipartisan effort. We did that last time on some of the really big issues, and I assume we'll be doing that again.
The governor will release his budget proposal on Monday.
Republican lawmakers are discussing a bill that would send state workers back to the office. They would be required to return to in-person work starting July 1st. A recent audit showed a large number of workstations in state agencies aren't being used. A committee will vote to advance the bill tomorrow.
A Wisconsin Supreme Court justice is rejecting a request to not hear a case over the status of Act 10. Republicans argued Janet Protasewicz should recuse herself from the lawsuit because they argue she prejudged the case while running for the court in 2023. The case over Act 10 seeks to restore collective bargaining rights that thousands lost in 2011. Liberals have fought to overturn Act 10 for more than a decade. Conservative Justice Brian Hagedorn recused himself from the case back on January 30th because he helped write the law when serving as then-Governor Scott Walker's chief legal counsel.
Today, we continued our conversation with candidates in the mayoral race. Shondell Washington Spivey shared his plans for housing and attracting young families to the city.
One of those big things is really going to be looking at what land do we have that's buildable, what land do we need to lift out of the floodplain, but then also how do we repurpose vacant buildings in this city and utilize them for that very purpose of how we bring in families, but then also still making sure that we're maintaining the resources for current residents as well.
Tomorrow morning at 6:45, we're talking with realtor Ellie McClune, and all of our candidate conversations can be found at news8000.com.
Chippewa Falls is now one step closer to getting a new hospital. Aspirus Health says the city's planning commission approved a construction permit for them on Monday. The Wausau-based company now just needs to finalize a land sale with the city for the 22-acre site on Chippewa Crossing Boulevard. They say that could happen in the next few weeks. Once they're green lit, they could open in as soon as 18 months. Chippewa Falls has been clamoring for health options ever since HSHS closed 2 major hospitals in the region last year.
A nationally recognized hospice provider has a new home in La Crosse. St. Croix Hospice cut the ribbon this morning on its new location on 3rd Street North. The organization has served our area from West Salem since opening during the pandemic 5 years ago. The new facility will serve patients across La Crosse, Vernon, Monroe, and Jackson counties. Staff says the new location will help them better serve their growing number of patients.
Gunderson hosted an emergency blood drive as bad weather threatens to impact donations. The Red Cross says winter illnesses often lead to fewer donations. Gunderson has partnered with Versity Blood Center for blood to help meet the need.
If you're able, please come out and donate. When you see that call, please make an effort. It's worth it. It might be you that needs it someday.
You can visit Versity's website to find another donation event.
Women veterans in La Crosse were ready for their close-up tonight. La Crosse County and Western Technical College hosted the I Am Not Invisible photo shoot for the women at the Coleman Center. The photos will be displayed at the Wisconsin Veterans Museum's collection. The event captured the important roles women veterans play in the military.
There's a space for you. You know, women can do things right alongside men. You know, is it the same? No, but we also have more other strengths that males don't have, right? And I want women to see that and not to be intimidated by it.
The women will also record interviews to share their experiences and add to the museum's collection.
President Trump speaking with world leaders as he works to broker a peace deal in Ukraine.
Plus, a legal victory for the president's push to cut the size of the government.
Around here, neighbors come together to make each other better. We're taking the same approach with healthcare. Gunderson Health System and Bellin Health have come together to form Amplify Health, giving you more of what's important in healthcare. More caring, more listening, more to feel good about on your way to feeling better. Overall, just a little more heart. Amplify Health by Gunderson. A little empathy changes everything.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made a most noble sacrifice. Why should you have to continue to do that? Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. And once again, You're called upon by your family to serve and protect. We want you to know we are here to support you. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued in just days, not months. It's not easy to ask for a hand up, but we are clear in our mission. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat or power again. 833-WIS-VRAP. That's 833-947-8727.
President Trump said many times on the campaign trail he could end the war in Ukraine in one day.
He spent a good part of today working on just that. CBS's Erica Brown reports from Washington.
President Trump says he has directed members of his national security team to immediately begin negotiations aimed at ending Russia's war with Ukraine. Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin had a lengthy phone call Wednesday, less than 2 weeks before the third anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
I think President Putin wants peace, and President Zelensky wants peace, and I want peace. I just want to see people stop getting killed.
President Trump says he expects to meet with Putin soon, likely in Saudi Arabia. The president said negotiations to end the war will begin with Secretary of State Marco Rubio, CIA Director John Ratcliffe, National Security Advisor Michael Waltz, and Special Envoy Steve Witkoff taking the lead ahead of face-to-face meetings with Putin. In the Oval Office Wednesday, President Trump also reiterated his plans to dismantle the Department of Education.
Oh, I'd like it to be closed immediately. Look, the Department of Education's a big con job.
Protesters rallied against shutting the department down and pushed back against Trump's pick for Education Secretary Linda McMahon.
You and I know that her sole goal is to reign over the destruction of the department and gut public education.
In a win for President Trump, a federal judge in Boston allowed his administration to move forward with its federal worker buyout program as the Department of Government Efficiency moves to revamp and shrink the size of the federal government. The Trump administration says it is pleased by the decision that lets the effort spearheaded by billionaire Elon Musk proceed for now. Erica Brown, CBS News, Washington.
The Senate signing off on one of President Trump's controversial cabinet picks. Tulsi Gabbard is officially the Director of National Intelligence. Senators today voting along party lines 52-48. Republican Senator Mitch McConnell did vote no. Democrats have accused Gabbard of being sympathetic toward Vladimir Putin and questioned her meeting with former Syrian President Bashar al-Assad.
Well, senators also voted to move Robert F. Kennedy Jr. one step closer to becoming the nation's health secretary. The voting to end the filibuster was 53-47. Key Republicans Susan Collins and Bill Cassidy are now saying they will back his nomination. His final confirmation vote will likely take place tomorrow. Still ahead, one local farm has turned a challenge into an opportunity, all while protecting our waterways.
Find out how they're making a big impact with a unique project.
And although we're done with the snow for tonight almost, we still have another opportunity for snow on Valentine's Day that actually could create more travel issues and a lot more accumulation. We'll break down what to expect and how cold the temperatures will be in between. That coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Saturday through Monday only. Buy this gorgeous sectional and you'll get the ottoman free. The President's Weekend Doorbuster deals at Slumberland Furniture. Up to 60% off list. Get a free recliner with this reclining sofa. Only at Slumberland Furniture.
Are you finding bathing and bathroom business has gotten more difficult? Bad hips, bad knees can pose a problem. Just getting up and down can be risky. There is a simple, affordable solution. In just a day or two, you can have a beautiful new walk-in shower, safe and easy to care for with grab bars, a handheld shower, and a seat if you like. Set an appointment with one of our designers to plan your new bath. Better products at lower prices because we care. The Board Store.
Hey, Dominic here, and we always get asked, what do you have for fish and seafood? With over 40 blends at our outlet store, we recommend these 4. Seafood, Cajun, lemon pepper, and yes, chicken. Just take your fish or even shrimp, shake on your choice of seasoning, and cook thoroughly until done. Use any of these 4 and you'll have your guests coming back for more. And they're all low in sodium. Get these seasonings at the Please Need Outlet store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse. Fish Eye!
Firefighters Credit Union has been offering home financing since before the advent of the internet. We have brick and mortar here in the community and have been around for nearly a century. With over 50 years of experience between Matt and Troy, we're local lenders here for you that you know and you trust.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Guys, what are the chances you can fix this?
It shouldn't be too difficult.
So like 1 in 100?
Fellas, I can fix this.
Like 1 in a million?
I can do it.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yes.
G and T, yeah!
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 Saturday through Monday only. Buy this gorgeous sectional and you'll get the ottoman free. The President's Weekend Doorbuster deals at Slumberland Furniture. Up to 60% off list. Get a free recliner with this reclining sofa. Only at Slumberland Furniture.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Clearwater Farms in Onalaska is the 2024 winner of the Soak It Up Award.
The award is given out every year to local projects preserving waterways. The volunteer-operated nonprofit farm had a small apple orchard.
Yeah, that was until an increase in stormwater runoff made it difficult for tree growth. So the farm decided to create a rain garden absorbing the stormwater with native plants.
We find that making community connections and providing examples that we can find out and about on our daily journeys really helps to make that connection between stormwater runoff pollution and what you can do in your own backyard.
And if you'd like to be nominated for the 2025 Soak It Up Award, you can visit lacrosseareawaters.org.
It looks lovely covered up in snow right now.
Yeah,
It's a nice
right?
project, right?
Yeah, and still a little bit of snow coming down over the next few hours, but it sounds like we're going to be in for some chilly morning commutes, Greg.
Yeah, we kind of lost track. Sometimes we forget about the cold temperatures in between, and that's really what we're going to see for Thursday, and then we got more snow going on. But wind chill wise, we're going to clear out a little bit. Temperatures will lower. We'll have a little bit of a stiff northwest wind or north wind out there, 10 to 15. So these wind chills in the morning could get as low as 25 below in some areas, and it's not going to improve too much. Even by 1 to 2 p.m., we're still sub-zero, and by the time you get home, even in the evening time, we're still a little bit in the zero range too, sub-zero also. So about 20 to 25 in the morning, then probably 10 to 15 by noon, and even in the afternoon will still be there. So it's definitely going to be cold out there. With that north wind, it will decrease towards the later half of the day. But the good news is we do have sunshine for some parts for tomorrow. Temperatures are not going to budge too much with fresh snow on the ground too. Single digits up to the north to maybe 11 or 12. We should be near 30 for a lot of areas this time of year as our average temperature begins to kind of come up here very slowly. But this is about 10 to 15 degrees below average. Now we do have that vent coming for Friday. Cloud cover will increase probably tomorrow night. Well, that temperatures will actually rise towards Friday morning and the winds will pick up. So what we know about this next one, it's definitely going to be dry and breezy. The winds are going to be a bit of a more of a factor with this one. Snowy noon and about 10 p.m. I think that looks widespread snow for most of the area. It's a wetter snow. That means it's not going to be that fluffy snow that we had with this event. Temperatures are going to be more in the mid-20s, and that means with the wind, a better chance for some blowing and drifting, even though it will be a little bit more on the heavier side. What we still don't know is there will be a band that will exist after through Friday night once this widespread area kind of condenses a little. We don't know where that will end up be, how long the snow lingers on Saturday, and when the heaviest snow. I do think we'll see more of an opportunity to see some moderate or heavy snowfall with this event that we haven't seen with the last two events. If you kind of time it out, we're seeing no activity really until just afternoon when this really widespread area develops ahead of this system coming through. And this is where I think a lot of the impacts, or at least the heaviest potential for snow, could be during this time. As we get past about 10 p.m., we're going to see kind of a band set up that's going to be fairly narrow, and where this ends up kind of will determine where the heavier amounts of snow will be. It'll persist and kind of narrow through Saturday morning, but some areas along or north of this may not actually see snow going on for at least the second half of Friday night. Going into Saturday, then, it kind of thins out as a system passes right to our south. A little bit of question of how far north this next system will get. We'll keep an eye on that. But I think most of the snowfall on Saturday, if we do continue to see some, will be light, at least in the afternoon. Still see some accumulation, but I think the bulk of it will happen probably Friday night. That could change. But for amounts, we'll nail this down a little bit, but there's going to be an area somewhere stretching from eastern Wisconsin, a little area stretching back that could be 6 to 8 or even more. And this kind of goes through all the way through Saturday afternoon. We'll refine this. It does drop off further north, but I think there's a better opportunity to see higher amounts with this event, given we're going to have that band set up some point. So definitely travel could be impacted with this. As I mentioned, temperatures going into Friday will actually rise from midnight to actually above 0 by the time you get up. And then overall temperatures Friday will be mid-20s, so it will be a wetter snow. But then look at what happens Sunday into Monday. Clearing skies temporarily, a fresh snowpack. We'll see temperatures at least 10 to 15 around La Crosse, 20 to 25 potentially around Eau Claire, and it could be colder in some areas. And then next week, the snow is not going to go anywhere because it's going to be cold during the day and sub-0 at night too.
Yeah,
so
that cold's going to keep that snow on the ground.
Yeah, we might hit freezing by the following weekend. We'll see if that happens.
Wow.
But
right. Bundle up, everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be a cold stretch and definitely a lot of snow on the ground.
All right. Thanks very much, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Bucks looking for a border battle win against Anthony Edwards and the T-Wolves. Plus, the UWL men still in the hunt for the top spot in the WIAC. We got highlights from Mitchell Hall. Jacob is next.
A legal loophole is allowing daycare facilities to operate as private schools, avoiding important daycare safety regulations. Thursday at 6, what to look for and what questions to ask to keep your kids safe. Thursday at 6 on News 8.
Shop Wisconsin's best deals at Black River Furniture Outlet. Find unbeatable prices on sectionals, big or small, to fit every home. Great savings on Ashley sofas and love seats. Style and comfort at a price you'll love. Check out our wide selection of reclining and power furniture, plus custom options from Best Home Furnishings. Experience top-tier comfort with Catnapper Furniture. The relaxation is key. Black River Furniture Outlet, your upholstery headquarters. Family values, veteran-owned, and no corporate hassle. Open 7 days a week in Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
Get $3,000 total cash allowance on this 2025 Silverado. Plus, current Chevy owners can get $5,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit HometownChevy.com.
We're cranking up the voltage, Wisconsin. Lottery retailers all around the state are lighting up with the latest limited time offer. It's Easy Match Mania. During the month of February, you have a 1 in 7 chance of winning a bonus $1 Megabucks ticket when you buy a $2 Megabucks with Easy Match ticket. This electric offer is only available for a limited time and only at Wisconsin lottery retailers.
This street's like any other in Wisconsin, but the new neighbor is a pedophile who repeatedly raped a little girl, released after just 2 years in prison. Thanks to Judge Susan Crawford's sweetheart sentence, a fraction of the 60 years he faced. Now, the pedophile lives blocks from a school. And with Susan Crawford on the bench, your street could be next.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
We are approaching postseason basketball for the 9th-ranked squad in D3 men's hoops, the UWL Eagles. Coach Gritzmacher's guys hosting UW Whitewater tonight at Mitchell Hall. The team looking to get some momentum before the WIAC tournament begins. Early first half, it's Carter Thomas using the screen, elevating and hitting from the wing to put the home side up 2. A little later, good passing is going to lead to an easy bucket for J.J. Pater inside. And then it's Carter Thomas again making plays, this time letting it fly from deep, and he will bury it. He finished with 18 points in this one. And then more good shooting from beyond the arc. This time it's the smooth shooting lefty Sam Grieger cashing in. Eagles win the Battle of the Birds. They're still firmly in second in the conference standings. And the UW lacrosse women looking for a win over the ranked Warhawks in Whitewater. Eagles fell behind by 13 at the end of the first quarter and would end up falling by 12. Molly Yankee with 21 for the visitors and Casey Carollo of Whitewater with 24. No Dame, no Giannis in the Bucks' last game before the All-Star break, late first half. It's one of the new guys, Kyle Kuzma, getting to the lane and soaring for the hammer. Then we're tied in the fourth. It's Kuz out to Gary Trent Jr., who hits. He had a game high or team high 21. Under a minute left, it's Anthony Edwards passing it out to Naz Reid in the corner, and he connects. Minnesota will go up by 2 with that bucket. Next trip down for Milwaukee, another trade deadline acquisition, Kevin Porter Jr. with the floater. 2 Brook Lopez free throws would give Milwaukee the lead. Then it's Edwards going for the win on the step back. It's no good, and the Bucks hold on. And with all this cold and snow around here, you might be happy to hear pitchers and catchers reported for spring training for the Brewers today in Arizona. Now, a couple things we learned. Freddie Peralta will get the ball on opening day. Brandon Woodruff throwing against hitters for the first time since injury on Friday. And Southpaw DL Hall has a lat injury and won't throw for several weeks. Milwaukee's first spring training game, February 22nd, and opening day is March 27th. And now let's check out the candidates for the latest News 8 play of the week. Kicking things off at number 1, how about the performance from Whitehall freshman Paige Lisowski last Friday against Osseo Fairchild? 5 made threes in the first half alone. Just a dazzling shooting display in the Norse's 72-51 win. Next up, another 3 just of a different fashion. Arcadia down by 7 with a few seconds left against Luther. Trevor Pronshinsky drilling the half-court shot. Raiders would fall, but Mr. Pronshinsky, you are up for play of the week. Gotta love it. Then at number 3, still on the hardwood, it's former Central grad Colin Adams being cleared for takeoff for Viterbo last Saturday against St. Francis. Adams showing off the vertical. Good way to get ready for the NBA Slam Dunk Contest this weekend. For number 4, it's the top goal scorer in the entire state in boys hockey, Calvin Lakowski of Black River Falls, adding to his total against the Avalanche last Thursday. Pretty finished top shelf right there. He had 2 goals in the game and right now sits at 53 for the season. Last up, we've got former Logan speedster and current UWL sprinter Lauren Jarrett in lane 3 in the 60-meter dash this past weekend. She won with a time of 7.34 seconds, and oh yeah, that's an NCAA D3 record. Her own record was set back on January 25th. She broke that. So those are the 5 we've got for this week. To cast your vote, head to news8000.com. Under the sports tab, click on play of the week. Click your favorite. Voting is open and ends Friday at 5. We'll have the winner during the 6 p.m. show. Guys, you notice the theme with the skis for last name?
Absolutely did.
Lisowski, Pronshinsky, and Lakowski. Get my money's worth up here today, but what'd you like?
There's some of Ken's distant cousins right there.
Potentially. When Lauren Jarrett breaks her own national record, that's tough to beat. But Calvin over there at Black River Falls,
doing some good work.
Best in the state, and I've always been envious of hockey skills.
Yes,
never had that, so it's great to see it at a high level.
Lisowski was the girl three-pointer.
5 3-pointers.
Yeah, she was good. I really liked that one.
That's a great one. So hopefully more great plays coming in the next week as well. That's what we got. So get to sharing. We had one of our highest voting weeks last week. With the winner was Gavin Reed of Sparta.
Nice.
So hopefully
keep
people
voting,
can
bring
keep
in.
coming.
Keep it going.
Right,
thanks, Jason.
Okay, more news right after this.
Around here, neighbors come together to make each other better. We're taking the same approach with healthcare. Gunderson Health System and Bellin Health have come together to form Amplify Health, giving you more of what's important in healthcare. More caring, more listening, more to feel good about on your way to feeling better. Overall, just a little more heart. Amplify Health by Gunderson. A little empathy changes everything.
No cash, no problem. Head to Wesco on Sparta and get up to 48 months to pay interest-free on all the hot new furniture you want. Looking to level up your space? We've got you covered with recliners, sofas, bedroom sets, and dining furniture. All available with 0 interest for up to 48 months. Don't wait. Upgrade your home today and swing by Wesco in Sparta. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Tell them Peyton sent you.
style, or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get over $2,700 purchase cash on 2025 Sierra 1500 models.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
It's amazing all the work that goes into growing this little guy. The research you've done over the past decades is critical to grow a good quality crop.
The UW-Madison has developed light casts to help farmers manage leaf blight before it takes root in potato fields.
I can't really overstate how important that is.
What's at stake isn't just the crop in the ground, it's the sustainability of your family farm.
This partnership really makes me proud to be a Wisconsin farmer.
One Wisconsin on Wisconsin.
Brad Schimmel's ad, it's a lie. So here's the truth. Schimmel wants to bring back the 1849 law that bans all abortions, with no exceptions for rape or incest. Schimmel gave plea deals to child molesters, let domestic abusers walk with no jail time. And he's the one who let 6,000 rape kits sit untested for 2 years, while survivors waited for justice. That's Brad Schimmel. Too extreme for the Wisconsin Supreme Court.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
They came, they thought, they conquered.
They did. The winners of this year's Name a Snowplow have been released in Minnesota. The 8 winners include Anthony Sledward's Skull Plow and Plowabunga. Wisconsin, the Department of Transportation has been holding this contest for the last 5 years in the state.
This year, 7,300 names were submitted for this year's contest. Oof. Each plow will serve one of the 8 districts covered by the DOT.
Such a great Minnesota thing that they do each year. I'm still smitten with Anthony Sledward's. I almost called him that during the sports.
You almost did. That's right. Maybe I would have done like Plowy Wowie, like Maui Wowie.
Okay.
Plowy Wowie.
Man, you're already getting a submission in for next year.
For next year. I know. I love these like brain little teasers. Like,
you might need to have a Minnesota address for them to accept it. But,
oh, that's true.
But we'll see.
That's true. Okay. All right. Well, Greg has one final look at your forecast right after the break.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Miss a story? See it again or watch us live on YouTube at WKBT News 8 Now.
Your life, your money, your way. Ultra's A+ accounts are made for you. No monthly fees, no minimum balance, no hassle. Now that's something to dance about. What are you waiting for? Open an account online today.
It's not very often a fella gets to offer the best products in the marketplace at a price lower than most others. When I look at this beautiful showroom, when I consider the quality of our products and the team of 80 exceptional professionals, we should be higher priced, but we're not. If you have any doubts for your next home improvement project, you should contact the Board Store today. It's not all the sales and discounts, it's the bottom line that counts, and you'll get no better bottom line than at the Board Store Home Improvements.
President's Day is a time to honor all presidents, past and present. And at King Furniture, we're giving you the opportunity to save some presidents with huge discounts throughout the entire store, up to 60% off.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
And right now, you can get 0% financing.
So save some presidents at King.
For the record, Franklin was not a president, but you can save him too. It's the President's Day sale going on right now at King Furniture.
Nice people.
Nice furniture.
Nice style.
T-Mobile is very reliable.
It's always nice to know that T-Mobile has us covered.
I love the fact that my family and I, we can stay connected just about anywhere we want to go.
My network is my lifeline.
T-Mobile keeps you connected on America's largest and fastest 5G network. And right now, get 4 free smartphones and 4 lines for $25 per line when you switch.
It's better over here.
Looking for a new ride? At Ultra, we know some family members are pickier than others. Apply today at driveultra.org and find a ride that makes everyone happy. No payments for 90 days. Driver tested, puppy approved. Ultra Federal Credit Union.
All right, we'll still have a little bit of snow, and the roads could be still of an issue in the morning, but the bigger story will be the cold temperatures. That's just for Eau Claire and La Crosse. Those wind chills could be as cold as 20 to 25 below in some areas. It's not going to improve much during the day. We should be near 30 for La Crosse. We're going to be nowhere close to that, about 10. And then we have more snow for Friday night, and that could be impactful for travel too. So stay tuned for updates on that. And then it's cold.
Not out of the woods yet.